You guys have played a ton of festivals all over the place. I mean, Europe and everything. Do you have one festival in particular that is your favorite, whether you've played it once or a bunch of times? Do you have one in particular that you really enjoy playing?
It's hard to say, and probably the answer is common to many metal musicians. I think Wacken open air.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's great not only because of the bill and because of the all the commotion around it, but I think it's like the metal equivalent to Wonderland in a way, because everything there is metal. Really, they had got their own beer, they got their own deo. It's unbelievable. It's a very big thing, and you get to play for like at least 60,000 metal people. We've played other festivals, but that combine rock and mainstream. So just exclusive for metal might be, the biggest festival in the world, and it's great because it's not only limited to Europe. There's a lot of people flying from the States, from Canada, from all countries in Latin America. So it's a big celebration. I think I recall Wacken as being a really great metal experience where everybody's happy of being there, and I think that's really good. There's a lot of other upcoming festivals. There's another one called Metal Way, which is like the Spanish Wacken, which is getting really big, and it was really great for us this year. There's always very good festivals to play in Europe. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And I know, yeah, they're the ones that come back every year, and then there's the, like you said, new ones that pop up, and
Yeah,
it's
every
unreal.
year.
It's amazing.
Yeah, every year there's a lot of festivals, as you say, popping up. There's some that keep the tradition going, and Moonspell, it's great because as we are like a crossover between metal and gothic, we get to play the metal festivals, but also the gothic festival, which is something that I like personally as well a lot. And yeah, I think the festival scene it's getting really huge. I mean, just in Germany, it's like lots of festivals, and even if they are like smaller or bigger, they're always packed with people, and you wonder how much people there should be like listening to metal music and gothic music in Germany. And we already booked actually to another German festival already next year, and to a French festival. So they book in advance. There's a lot of competition as well to get the bands first. Yeah.
That makes sense because there are so many, and some are on the same weekends, so it would be kind of tough. Like not everybody can be everywhere, so it's tough.
It's unreal. Like the festival that it's kind of competing right now with Wacken is Hellfest in France, and you look at the bill, and it's like there's nothing else you could ask. I mean, there's Motley Crue, there's Motorhead, there's Field, there's Moonspell, there's Ex-Gorgoroth, there's Satyricon. Any band, you close your eyes and you make up like a bill, and Hellfest is that bill. Yeah, it's unreal. Dream Theater, everything really.
Yeah, yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, no question.
I know they put it up, but they do.
Yeah, it's true. Well, now, I know, speaking of like this tour, I know Samael was originally planned to be on the tour, and then I guess due to financial reasons they weren't able to do the tour. I mean, which isn't a huge surprise with the way the economy is, and it's just been a tough year, I know, here in the U.S., and I was just wondering, I know how it's affected the U.S. as far as the economy. How has it been over in Portugal? I mean, how has the whole recession or whatever, how has it affected your country?
I think for musicians we always live in crisis anyway. So we are quite fit to face like the financial trouble or the crisis, because even with labels and agents and all of that, the musicians are always the smarter ones. I think so. Most of us keep our expectations real, and I think that's a more important factor of you being on a crisis or not. It's what you expect, really. So unfortunately for Samael, I mean, they couldn't make it financially good or even possible for them. I mean, it's not a very good financial tour for Moonspell as well, but we trust that we can, make merchandise sales, and that, and the most important, we're here to promote our job. So, and I think that when we get back to Europe, we will find a plan of making it up for probably the money will not get here. So. I mean, obviously Samael had very good reasons to cancel this tour, but I think Moonspell will only do it in a very limited situation. So we are here, yeah. I mean, money is a bit secondary really right now, because it's a chance to headline all these clubs, and I know it's our ninth time in America, so I know there's a lot of things that are different from Europe, like all the local bands. Sometimes they have to buy tickets and to have a buy-in, so it's hard for everyone. In the end of the day, it's a question of attitude really, and I think that as Moonspell, like I was saying, keeps a constant work. Just for Night Eternal, it's our second North American tour. We did 2 tours in Europe. We did all the one-offs, all the festivals. We had an offer to go on tour again in December after this one, but we passed it. And we already have shows booked, and we have a new album probably coming out next year. So the secret is to keep yourself busy, and I think, and on the road. And I think when it comes to that, there's no crisis that really can stop the enthusiasm really. So I think it's too bad for Samael. I love it. I really like this band. We've toured together since '96. I would like to have them here, but I don't know exactly the hard numbers.
Right.
But at least Moonspell could make it. Yeah.
Exactly.